Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Finks.
We're back, man. Episode 256.
Yes, sir.
And we just watched We just watched Super Bowl 56.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
Is
Chiefs.
it 56?
Huh?
It's 56?
Or is it 57?
I think it's 57.
Hold on, Fez.
You got to get that right.
Yeah, I believe it's 57. Hold on. Well, fuck it. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Takeaways. Shout out to the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes.
Not a fan of them. My Niners lost to them in 19. But, I said, you know what? Fuck the Eagles. We lost our quarterback. They won that game. This was our year to win. This was totally the Niners' year to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you don't want to hear about the Niners. So let's just go into the game. Very close game. Was it 35-37?
38.
38, tripping. 35-38. Close game, big plays. Mahomes' leg was fucked up. For some reason, he didn't want to slide or go out of bounds. But he's got a lot of grit, and he's a tough motherfucker. He's got at least 2 more Super Bowls in him for sure. Travis Kelce played.
He might be able to catch Brady, man. At the rate he going.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Brady has how many? 7?
I think he got 7.
Yeah, Brady has 7 Super Bowls, man. So
yeah,
that's high praise. And how old is he, dude? Like 28?
He's been in the league, 5 years?
5 years now. So
yeah, so he's somewhere in there.
28, 29. I mean, at that position, you could play a long time if you stay healthy.
Yeah, and he throws the ball. It's not like he's running around.
Right.
He runs around, obviously, but he's like primarily like moving out of the way of defenders and stuff.
Yeah. By the time he gets older, hopefully he'll go into fucking puberty. Because right now, this shit don't sound sweet.
It's crazy.
Like, I want to thank everybody for sticking to me, and Coach Andy Reid and Travis Kelce is just getting out there, my wife and my brother, and this has been a great game, man. And I just thank everybody in the Chiefs Nation. Thank you.
Like, nigga, if you don't get Black Kermit the Frog the fuck out of here, and then you got Kelce is the blackest white boy in the whole NFL.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't see one of y'all. I'm like, nigga, stop.
Yeah.
All right, Kelce. You're laying the black on a little too thick. I know it's Black History Month.
Yeah. You got the Robert Downey Jr. going on.
Yeah, right. If you don't get your Tropic Thunder, I bet you it's gonna be like a Super Bowl party. Like, this is it's Black History Month, so this nigga Kelce probably just knocking down nothing but black women right now.
That's how he's celebrating, knocking down a bunch of black women.
Yep. He's like, this how I celebrate. I ain't seen one of y'all get with these black women.
That was crazy.
Yeah, hell of a fucking game. Shout out to them.
Yeah, it was a great game overall, especially as pretty. I don't know. I started to kind of lean towards the Chiefs. I like seeing history be made. I like seeing the new guard, if you will. But overall, when your team is not in the Super Bowl, the best thing that you would want out of a Super Bowl is a competitive game, and that's pretty much what we got.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a competitive game. And it was 57, like I had said earlier before, but I said 56 for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Super Bowl 57. I was telling Keith, I'm not great with Roman numerals for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I don't.
As letters, we used to numbers them as letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all see? Y'all seen Super Bowl LVII get WY, nigga? That's a great game.
Super Bowl Louis Vuitton too.
You see Super Bowl Alexander McQueen?
That's funny.
Nigga, Super Bowl Balenciaga gonna be hard, bro.
That nigga I'm the Roger Goodell of the fashion industry.
Yo, Kanye literally disappeared, man.
We don't know where he at, huh?
We don't know where he's at. This is the first time he has disappeared in 20 years, man.
And nobody's heard from him?
Nah, I mean he's.
You mean
chilling.
like out in the
in the public eye? He's gone.
Yeah.
Like he's chilling. I
But
guess he got married.
There was some people that were saying like Kanye been gone for like 2 weeks, but it's just tabloids and stuff. So who knows?
He gonna come out with a new song. She take my money. Like this nigga.
You know what I was thinking when I went to the restroom just a minute ago?
Shit.
The OG version of like sitting on the the toilet with your phone was reading a newspaper, like reading a
Oh
magazine.
my God, you took my fucking bro. I swear to God, you literally took the thought from my brain.
Yeah.
Because earlier when I was in the restroom, it's that piece of
That
it was
newspaper
shoved into there.
sitting on the side.
It had to be an elderly man taking a shit in that bathroom.
Yeah.
Because literally, like, we use our phones now. Man, it's weird that you brought that shit up.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Doo-doo particles all on that newspaper.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Or they used to have the magazines back like underneath the counter in the bathroom or something.
I try not to fuck with my phone at all when I'm on the toilet just because I'm shitting. I don't want to deal with it. But if I get a phone call or something, I like to have my phone near me, but I don't like to be playing on my phone or looking through. Like, I don't need to look through the internet while I'm shitting.
Yeah.
Because I have to wipe my ass, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't want to fucking, do that. No.
Some people, sometimes I have it on there, but then I'll just like, after the wipe happens, that's when you don't touch your phone again. But some people will wipe and then pick their phone up and then scroll through it some more and then wash their hands, and it's just nasty. Nasty process.
They got shit particles all over the goddamn phone.
Doo-doo on your iPhone.
Nasty.
Doo-doo phone.
Yeah. iPhone shitty. Yeah. But also another thing was that grass. If you guys watched the game, you seen players slipping all over the fucking field, man.
Yeah.
Horrible. But here's the story behind the grass. The grass at Super Bowl 57 has been years in the making. Glendale, Arizona, be warned, when you're watching Super Bowl 57 on Sunday, you might get the urge to take out your driver for a few swings. So I'm guessing they use like golf grass. That's because the grass at the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs will play on inside State Farm Stadium will be the same turf on which you play 18. This is fucking dumb. I know this is dumb. Golfers don't play high impact. They don't cut. They don't backpedal. So whoever came up with this was fucking stupid. Anyways, the turf is Tahoma 31, and it's among the newer breeds of grass that have been developed with the funding of the United States Golf Association. Tahoma 31 is a mix of two types of Bermuda grasses and ryegrass, and it was developed at Oklahoma State University under the watchful eye of Dr. Yanki Wu, who started the process of creating Tahoma 31 in 2006 when he crossed the China Bermuda grass and African Bermuda grass. A year later, the seeds were harvested and the grass was tested and studied all over the country until 2018. The result was a grass that's good enough for the Super Bowl. It's a high-quality grass compared to the other Bermudas, has better tolerance for cold, drought. It uses 10% less water, disease, and wear, and recovers better from traffic, said Cole Thompson, a director of turf grass and environmental research at the USGA. Well, I'm sorry, USGA. This is not the United States Golf Association. This is the fucking NFL, and we've seen a bunch of NFL players slipping all over the field because you suck. You guys spend all that fucking money on that grass. Who's stealing the money, dude? Because I'm trying to find the price. What did your brother say it was?
It was $800,000.
$800,000 for this shit?
Yeah, $800,000.
You guys ripped them off. These players could have snapped their legs up.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Like, and it's something. And the players had to take all of their cleats off and change their
Everybody was
cleats.
changing cleats, putting brand new cleats on.
You know how embarrassing that is? I guarantee you that the dude that came up with this grass is somewhere hiding his tail.
Yeah.
Because
Wu?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Yeah, the only Wu we trust is Wu-Tang.
That's right. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang. Yeah, but yeah, this is absolutely, it was atrocious watching some of these players slip and fall.
Early, too.
Early. And mind you, they were slipping in places where there was no traffic. See, if there's heavy traffic in the middle of a field and someone slips, I guess that makes sense because there's been so many other players in that area that have been running that they've stripped up the field. But when you got a clean part of the field and people are slipping, dude, oh no. So I think that now what they need to learn is don't use the fucking golf grass. Because the dumb thing is golfers and football players don't even use the same cleats. So what metric are you using to determine that these cleats that are not football cleats would like work in the NFL. I don't even know. It's just fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's hard because this is a vote for turf, right?
Right.
Because a lot of players, and I don't know how true it is or false or whatever. I don't know if there's some real science behind it. It's probably just a feeling. But guys like Odell Beckham are saying that they need to be playing on real grass because, he essentially tore his ACL playing on turf and a couple other athletes. So it seems like a vote in the direction of playing with turf because Phoenix is one of the few actual outdoor stadiums. A lot of these stadiums now have completely turf fields. So it's going to be interesting to see like the aftermath of this Super Bowl. I will say it didn't seem to have like cost anybody the game. It was people slipping and falling, but it didn't seem to have like a huge impact as far as like, somebody getting ready to make a tackle and they just completely slip or something like that. I think that's, that bodes well for this. But, I don't know. This is weird. Like all the science they put behind it and, all that science and there was no like actual playing on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only playing information they had, because it didn't reference them using it on a football field. Mm-hmm. It's all the research is from the USGA. Mm-hmm. So it's like, come on, I don't get how they allowed them to get away with this shit.
The only thing that I know about golf grass is that it looks good.
It looks very well. Very well.
Outside of that, like I don't know how well it holds up.
I like the little checkered marks they put on it too. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool how they cut it diagonal and then the other side.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's one good looking golf course there.
Yeah, people take like real good care, like it really matters.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. Mm-hmm. Now I will say this: shine bright like I'm pregnant. Rihanna was pregnant.
Yeah,
she had to be pregnant.
Yeah.
Either she was pregnant or she had a big meal before she got up there.
What'd she eat? Some jerk chicken?
Some tacos.
Some tacos.
Shine bright like a torta.
That's crazy. That's interesting. I don't know. It's interesting to me how like pregnancies are like it's like a reveal. It's like a moment for celebrities.
Right.
I don't know. That's interesting to me.
And the amount of energy that people put into it is just hilarious. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, she's so precious. She's just pregnant. Oh my God. It's like, stop.
Yeah. Sometimes women are a little annoying. Like all they care about is a halftime show.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we trying to watch a football game.
Trying to watch this game, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see Rihanna.
And the way women lust over players, over Travis Kelce is wild. Mm-hmm. Men get a bad rap for like being thirsty, but women will be like, oh my God, Travis Kelce, take me. Please take me.
Yeah.
You be like, your husband is sitting right there.
Yeah.
You act like your husband ain't sitting there.
Yeah. And your husband is not like built in any sort of way.
Nah.
Sloppy.
Your husband is 5'7".
Yeah. The only thing he lifting is a hot dog.
Like, oh my God, Kelce. Oh my God, Travis. Just bend me over once, please. Women get vulgar, man. Right in front of the husband, too. And then it's like, as men, we just be just like, wow.
Yeah.
And sometimes women, this is what women need to do. And I'm just being real. A lot of times you guys get a little carried away. Like I posted on Facebook, I said, Travis Kelce is the blackest white player in the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. And then some girl said she put finest and put an asterisk next to it, right? And I'm thinking like, why the fuck would you put that? Like, no disrespect, but I'm not gay. Mm-hmm. So like, I hate when women do that. Like, they'll put like the finest. Like, what the fuck you want me to say? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like where do you want the conversation to go when you compliment
like, stop it.
Another man and the man in the presence of a straight man?
Right.
Like, we're supposed to go back and forth like, yeah, Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact.
Definitely his cheekbones. It's very symmetrical.
Yeah. Like, I never actually looked at him in that way, but yeah.
His beard is very symmetrical.
It's kind of sexy in a charming way. Like he got a little bit of a gut and like a fade.
Yeah. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's the thing, man. And I've seen that a lot. They'll be like, the worst ones is Jalen Hurts and Travis Kelce. Like women are like, wow.
They like Jalen Hurts.
I'm an Eagles fan now, girl. Have you seen Jalen Hurts? Oh my God.
Jalen Hurts can hurt me.
He can hurt my pussy.
Wait a minute.
Wow. Your husband of 20 years is standing right there.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts hurt me.
Yeah.
She'll have a fucking sign in the stands. I want Jalen Hurts to hurt my vagina.
Yeah. It's one thing to like think that a person is attractive, but you got to stop complimenting other people.
That's too much.
In front of your partner.
That's not cool.
That doesn't work.
Because ladies, you do this shit a lot. You got to chill. You got to chill because if Rihanna wasn't pregnant and she got up there dressing kind of thing, I'd be like, damn, Rihanna got a fat ass now.
It'd be over.
Oh, it'd be over.
Super Bowl party shut down.
Women would storm out that motherfucking door.
Yeah.
They would storm out the door.
You think Rihanna's ass is fatter than mine? The whole party shut down.
I didn't say that. All I said is I love that song of Hey Mr. DJ. I love that song. I wasn't trying to talk about it.
Replay.
Yeah, Ponder Replay. She does have a fat ass, but I love the song. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like men, we gotta dilute our compliments of
That's
other
the
women.
that's the crazy part because women don't understand like American English. So you'll be like, dang, Rihanna got a fat ass, and you'd be like, what are you saying? My ass is flat. Like you think I got a flat ass just because Rihanna's ass? You're like, no,
You got to get scientific with them. Like, there's not as much volume, but it's the buoyancy is there.
The
but
circumference of Rihanna's ass.
Circumference.
Yeah.
The cubic square feet is like measurable. The density is
The density. The centripetal force of her.
it's like the viscosity of.
The friction coefficient of the.
Turn a nigga into a booty technician.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, you get a major in booty science.
Booty science. That's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So,
do you remember? I think it was on All Dev Digital. They used to have a show where they would get like a Mexican girl and a black girl and then maybe like a couple white girls.
Grab her booty and be able to tell who's what.
That's a wild show to have on YouTube. That's crazy.
Nowadays you can't tell because sometimes I don't know how you could tell or not. I don't know how you could tell because a lot of girls be having fat asses now.
All races, huh?
All races.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you never know.
Yeah.
Cause dang, that's tough. Some guys is getting them right though.
Yeah, they knew. They knew. I was like, that's a black girl ass right there. I could tell. There's some cornbread back there.
Yeah, one dude just barely like, oh, she black.
No, it was that quick.
Like, oh, she black. She black.
That's funny.
But it was a white girl that was thick as fuck one day.
Yeah.
And she went up there and he was like, oh, nigga, she black.
And
she
it wasn't black.
He took it off and he was just like, oh my God. I'm impressed by this.
I'm impressed.
It's so much, the food, man, too many GMOs, man, and all the chemicals and stuff.
Do you remember Ludacris had a line? It was in the early mid 2000s maybe.
I already know.
This is a new millennium thing, like white women with ass.
Yeah.
I was young too. I was like, you right, Ludacris. Like, there's actually some white women getting thick out here.
Yeah. I think white women started getting thick around like 2003. That's when they started like getting thick. Because before that, they was just all looking like motherfucking like Hannah Montana and whatnot.
Dang.
And then all of a sudden around
That's
2003, 2005, that's when
diets changed, huh?
Yeah, man. That's when you start seeing these Raising Cane's popping up out of there nowhere.
The GMOs.
Yeah, Raising Cane's start popping up. Then you see
it's not even recording.
It's not. What the fuck
oh my
happened?
God.
We still got audio.
Yeah, 19 minutes. We'll just rock.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. I know it's just that's a brain fart, bro.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you got to just cut it in.
Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot to plug it in. That's what happened.
Oh, my God, this nigga, man. I don't know. You're doing a lot over there, man. We just got audio. Holy shit. We're going to have to match it. I don't know how we're going to do it. We might have to, oh, man.
That's 19 minutes. We could either start over.
Oh, no, we ain't doing that.
We could just keep on going.
We have to just cut it in and just, but I'd rather keep all this content.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it.
It's just us too, man. Like sometimes stuff happens.
Jesus Christ. I wish I'd have noticed that shit though too.
Yeah, just always be mindful of that red light.
Yeah, I know.
If I'm doing.
I know. Fuck. How much did it
But
miss?
it just.
It missed all 19 minutes.
It's also actually I don't know. Like I don't know when it cut off, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I turned it on. Right?
You had to.
I think I turned it on.
I don't remember. My thing is that cord's kind of blocking the red light from here too, so
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I see it's on now.
Yeah, so I'll finagle it and
We'll figure it out.
It might be a minute or so.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
that's just, like day in the life of two people running a whole production.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
But yeah, thick women. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we left off. But yeah, man, Super Bowl was great. Couple points there. Obviously, Rihanna. I think here's the problem though. Rihanna was pregnant. She had a very regular performance, but I knew even if she was terrible, people will go to the internet and say, "Oh, she slayed. She killed it." People are not very objective. When they love somebody, they love them so much that they could never see them have a bad performance. I would say it wasn't bad. It just wasn't great, and she was lip singing like a motherfucker too. And
I don't think she was lip singing. I think that she was singing over a track, which is slightly different.
What's the difference?
Well, lip syncing is like what you would do like in a music video, like where you just like. But she's singing over over her vocals, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like what they would call like a TV track. What a TV track is like, say you like on a hook or something like that.
Yeah.
You'll have like the background vocals, and then you'll just sing over the top of those.
Yeah, she was singing over the top, and then she stopped moving her mouth, and that shit just was going. I was like, God damn. Could you at least sell this a little better, Rihanna? But then I seen she was pregnant, and then I had to like reevaluate. Like, that was not bad for a pregnant.
Yeah,
Wasn't bad
I
for
think it was a good performance. I think it was pretty creative with the stage and stuff, and a lot of these Super Bowl performances, people are bringing like people out. Like it's very rare that artists aren't bringing out more performers. Like even with Dr. Dre, they brought out every California rapper that he's connected to, or even 50 Cent and Eminem. But like I think with all that, just being her, I think she did a good job.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you who would like perform at a high level on the Super Bowl. It'd be one of the best Super Bowl live performances ever. I think Chris Brown would be one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows.
I would say it's hard to say because for me, Chris Brown, he don't really sing anymore. Like he don't really sing his songs like that. Like he just plays the songs and he dances in between and stuff like that. But I don't know. For me, I really look for like people that's doing it all, like the singing, the dance, and the whole thing. I think he could do it though. I don't think he would do it because I don't think the NFL would allow it. Just because I don't think they care for his character. But I think that would be it. I think that would be a dope show.
Yeah. He just stopped the show and just be like, "I'm about to punch one of y'all right now." Girl in the front row, give me that. This nigga, man. I don't know about that now. I'm kind of gonna have to rescind that original statement that I just made. All right.
Yeah,
well,
who's next? Where do you go from there?
I don't know.
I know Jay-Z is bringing in more. I mean, there's already been like more black artists that have done it, but I think he's bringing in more people of the culture. So, yeah, I don't know where they go after Rihanna.
Where do they go after that? You could do this. You can do this. And this would completely shake up. And it'd probably be one of the best rememberable halftime shows of all fucking time. Put a comedian up there halftime show.
What?
Put Dave Chappelle
No.
at the Super Bowl. No. Put Dave Chappelle up there, man.
This nigga was telling jokes at halftime.
Bro, that would be so fucking dope, dude.
Nah.
Hell yeah. You don't need music up there. It's not always great.
Nah, you can't have Dave Chappelle up there, man.
You'd be like, You know what's funny? Trans people. You be like, this nigga's wilding. You know, number 41 kind of look trans.
That's crazy. I think that would be interesting, but I don't know if that would fly.
Chris Rock wouldn't work.
Nah. Andrew Schultz up there.
If Chris Rock get up there, I don't know about Jalen Hurts. He look a little bit too much like Will Smith.
That's funny.
Man.
Yeah.
FIFA 4-figure, I hate a nigga. Yeah, you couldn't have fucking stand up at the halftime. You totally fucking couldn't. It took me a couple seconds to go against my own point. You totally couldn't do that.
That nigga, Chris Rock would be like, there's niggas and then there's Kelseys.
Travis Kelce is the whitest black nigga I ever see. You know he gonna fuck a black woman for Black History Month.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the space to go, you gotta have
I got one, but go ahead. I got a big one too. I got one.
I think Jay gotta do it.
Jay gotta do it?
Jay gotta do a dolo though. Not Jay with an on. I mean, he could bring people out, but like for features, but not like I'm bringing such and such out to play a song. Like Jay got to do it like with the band.
Yeah, there are certain people or groups that could go up there and do their thing, but they wouldn't get a chance because they will make a statement, and the NFL ain't going for that.
Who is that?
I think that Rage Against the Machine would be fucking legendary.
Okay.
Rage Against the Machine would be absolutely legendary, but like Rage will finish a dope ass song and be like, you know what? What I hate about this current administration and what I don't like about Kamala Harris, she locked up a bunch of black innocent men from the age of 15 to 29. Let's rock.
Yeah.
That's Rage Against the Machine, man. Mm-hmm. They sent a bunch of letters to Bill Clinton during his administration. Yeah, and I only imagine how they feel about Trump, bro. Mm-hmm. That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
they'll have I bet you he got whole rap songs just dedicated to Trump.
Yeah, in the tuck, huh?
One of the best tours that never happened was Rage Against the Machine with Wu-Tang.
You know who I don't think could do it just because they don't have the right music? It's probably like, even though she's a huge artist, is like Adele.
Nah, she can't be. She gonna make it. All the players gonna be tired by the time that she comes off the stage.
Crazy. They're calling their exes like,
yeah.
Hey, I know it's halftime at the Super Bowl, but I just,
I know we down by 2 scores right now.
I just wanted to tell you that I still love you.
She'll get up there. I give you the best. Like, I don't want to hear that shit right now. Adele is popular for making songs for heartbroken women.
Yeah.
That's what she's known for. Mm-hmm. I've never heard an upbeat song from fucking Adele. I think I might have heard one.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, she got to be sad to make... Like, I know she gonna drop a super sad album if she break up with Rich Paul.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, this nigga cheated on me. Like, did she just say nigga?
That's crazy. They really in love too.
Yeah.
That nigga be everywhere with her.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Who's like the biggest, who's like the most popular black artist? Like, I would say, I don't know if Drake, I don't know if they will want to do Drake.
It's not about popularity. Like, who could really fuck shit up halftime show? I don't think we need to. You
gotta be. People gotta know the songs though.
They gotta know. Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Because you can't be like, even it's some artists like that's dope. Like, obviously we love Blast, but Blast is just not popular enough to be on the Super Bowl.
Not enough. But there's artists that we know would rock it and might have enough. I know Childish Gambino could turn out the Super Bowl.
Childish could. I think he's. I think he's one of the ones that like has the stage presence to actually do it, and you know he has a lot of fans. Like we've seen it in person. So
wasn't Bruno? Well, Bruno Mars was already there.
Bruno Mars could do it.
Yeah, he was already there.
Yeah, I mean, he did it already. Yeah,
but did he have? He didn't have. Well, he didn't have Anderson .Paak there with him yet.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the Silk Sonic thing. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yo, it's the NFL. Yes, Lord. Super Bowl, NFL. Yes, Lord. Yeah, I don't like. I think that Anderson .Paak has like a good like soulful like music, but I don't really see the buzz around him the way people go crazy over him.
Yeah, I think he makes good music.
He makes good music, but it's like
yeah, I'm not his number one fan. I did like the Silk Sonic thing.
Oh yeah, I
kind
did
of
too.
nostalgic feel to it, but yeah, I'm not the biggest Anderson .Paak fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of times they're going to reach back for nostalgia on certain, like there's certain artists they could go with that are like safe, that have already I won't say they've stood the test of time, but they kind of did. Like you could easily go get Ludacris.
Luda, yeah.
You could easily go get Nelly.
But I think if they do those kind of artists, it would be an ensemble. Yeah. I think if they would get a hip hop artist that's just going straight, it's going to be them and maybe a couple guest people. It's going to be like what they would call like the three-headed monster, the Drake, J. Cole, or Kendrick. And then
I already got one, bro. And he literally can do a halftime show, but I don't know if they would ever let it happen.
Who?
21 Savage.
No way.
Hell yeah.
They not letting him do that.
They're not going to let him do it, but I think he could. 21 got hits.
He do. I just think, I don't know. I went to the J. Cole and 21 Savage concert. It's just different. Like it's the same way we seen Ray Shrimmer. Like Ray Shrimmer open up for Gambino.
It was that same vibe.
It's like that. Like it's just certain artists that I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's
what about Future, man?
Future, I don't know.
I'm at the Super Bowl trying to get it going.
Yeah. Russell Wilson
throwing the ball.
He be having me dying when he say Russell Wilson.
They never
let me hit my baby mama.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with Russell Wilson. Like he a good dude, like really on some real shit. Like he still be letting me smash my baby mama and all that. Like I ain't never seen no problem with him, man. Like all I know is like I drink Percocet, eat Percocet, sleep Percocet. That's all I do.
Percocets.
Yeah, like I put my white beater on. I put my white beater on and I just still fucking a bitch, nigga. That's all I do. I know you happy. You happy you broke up? You chose happiness, or what you trying to do?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson ain't got no problems, man.
I was toxic way before Kevin Samuels. I didn't really know Kevin Samuels, though. I knew Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, I'm more toxic than toxic waste. I ain't never had no issue with Kevin Samuels.
I be in the street.
Some of these girls be really looking like linebackers for real. They're linebacker. Yo, that was wild. Like when Kevin Samuels, and I shouldn't laugh at this, but it was one chick that Kevin Samuels was talking to, and she was just being super difficult and super disrespectful.
Yeah.
And he was like, be quiet, linebacker.
That's crazy.
Linebacker.
That's crazy.
She was like, what?
That's crazy. Yeah.
That nigga's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I've got nothing else on the Super Bowl. It was a great game. Mm-hmm. Rihanna, shout out to her pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And shout out to Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce made sure he put on his he really put his black scent on for Black History Month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, heads up before we move on. To all our white listeners out there, we appreciate you. Just stop talking to black people in black scents, man, when you see them.
Yeah.
We got to stop that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you see your good friend Tyrone, I know you love him. I know you're not racist, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But you know how you talk to your white friends? Hey, what's up, Tom? How you doing? Don't all of a sudden see Tyrone and be like, hey, what's up, Tyrone?
Tea time, Tyrone. What's up, dude?
And then you try to do the black handshake and it's all awkward and shit.
Yeah. Just be yourself, man.
Be yourself, man.
I think that gets you so much further in life, just being yourself.
Yeah. What's up, Tyrone? Whoa. You like,
Tyrone got all the hoes. Where the hoes at, bro?
Can you imagine that? You go to a professional like setting as like an employee and he's talking to just a group of his constituents or whatever, and then all of a sudden you pop up and he's like, "What's up, Tyrone? Where's the bitches, man?" You're like, hey, I'm here with my resume. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ.
Blow my cover.
Fuck, Trevor, chill. All right, switching gears. Recently, Amber Rose, her son was bullied due to her having an OnlyFans. And I'll read the story. Amber Rose explained how she told her 9-year-old son about her OnlyFans career. These kids, if they didn't learn from you, they're going to learn from TikTok and Instagram. That's what she said in quote. Amber Rose wants her kids to hear about her life straight from the source. Blah, blah, blah. We got to go to, hold on. Oh, somebody told him your mom is on OnlyFans. Amber said during an appearance on High Low, some podcast. She continued and I was during the pandemic. I had to work and I had the whole conversation with him about it. So she told her son after he was teased, basically, I had to work. And I think that's kind of fucked up. And here's why. Here's why. I think parents don't realize after they have kids, it's not about you anymore. It's about your kid. And the decisions we make as parents, as boyfriends, as wives, whatever the case, it all affects the other people that are surrounding us. So let's say, for example, if I'm a married man and I go out into the world and I'm chasing pussy behind my wife's back, that's misrepresenting her. Because I don't just represent myself anymore. If I'm in a relationship, I represent my wife. I represent my kids. So using that example, Amber Rose represents her son. So when she goes on her OnlyFans to showing her titties and her pussy off, and now her son could be teased about it, you just tell him, well, mommy had to work. And it's like, that's kind of fucked up. You know, and it's crazy because you feel like you have to show your pussy and your titties and shit. Nobody's forcing you to do that. And the fact that you're trying to rationalize this to a fucking 9-year-old kid, that's not fair. That ain't fair, man. That's like, and the crazy thing too is a lot of parents will do things that are selfish, whether it's alcoholism, drugs, whatever, and they expect for you to like understand. Like, nigga, no, I'm 9. And you know, my people at school are teasing me and bullying me because my mom's fucking ass is all over the internet. They feel like they have one up on me because of the decisions you made, and you're just basically telling me, well, you got to live with it. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's very selfish behavior. I think the biggest thing parents need to understand is that when most people have kids, they don't have the foresight or the foresight or the maturity to say, hey, I'm pregnant. I have a kid, whatever the case. I'm going to make sure that I make their life as painless as possible. Like if I'm a father, I don't want my kids to grow up like the way that I did. We grew up poor. I would never want to subject my child to that because they didn't ask to be brought in this world. I wouldn't want to subject my wife to that. I want to make sure I'm financially stable and stuff enough to take care of my family as a whole. So it's crazy how, like, as a man, I think about the future and I want the people that are part of my life to be doing well and I want to represent them well. But these people, man, they just have kids by anybody. They fuck anybody. They get pregnant by anybody. They have kids by anybody. And then when the kid is going through something, you say, well, live with it. Think about how that sounds.
Yeah. It's this is the era we're in, right? We're in the era of all of these sex tapes kind of making their way into like the kids are at that age now. They're teenagers now. They're, you know, the Kim Kardashian's kids are old enough to see that thumbnail of her mom, you know, about to give head and all the, you know, this is the era that we're living in now. And I think, you know, kind of like you mentioned earlier, it's very selfish for, it's one thing to have made, I don't call it a mistake, but it's one thing to have done something in your past and then kind of have grown from that and, you know, put yourself in a position to where you're, you know, just making money by different means, you know, just being a business person, whether you're selling makeup or bikinis, or you just own some sort of business, right? But when you kind of revert back to that thing, like it's a lot of the Tigers and Black Chinas and Amber Roses and all these people have OnlyFans, but they also have kids in the world, and it's already difficult for a 7, 8, 9-year-old kid to like these preteens to just live normal life. They're experiencing being embarrassed by by not having the nice shoes, or they're embarrassed by just the boy not liking them, and just these things that are like, it's huge to them because they haven't lived much life yet, but and in the grand scheme of things, are not that big. But when you, on top of all of that, you have to deal with somebody knowing that your mom is naked all over the internet.
That's fucked up.
Like, it's just, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I couldn't even, as far, like, for me, the thing that I was dealing with as a kid is like people making fun of my last name. You know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
And maybe not having the nicest shoes all the time, or me being embarrassed about my house, or whatever the case may be. But I would want to die, man. Like, having to deal with your mom being naked all over the internet. Man, that's crazy.
Look here. This is why I feel shame is not always a bad thing, right? People say you should be slut shaming, you shouldn't be doing this and that. Okay, let me put this in ways that everyone could comprehend. If a man was purposely not working, purposely not taking care of his kids, purposely sleeping around, getting a bunch of women pregnant, you should shame this nigga. Mm-hmm. Shame on you for procreating and not taking care of your children, and not being a leader to your children, and not being having integrity, right? Shame on you. Mm-hmm. You're not a decent man. Women out there, always on the internet, half naked, titties out, begging for attention. Shame on you. You have fucking kids. Go be a mom. Mm-hmm. How about you go be a mom? You ever thought about that? But in society, we appropriate so many things that people think that you're just wrong or you're hating on them. I'm not hating on anybody having a naked ass out on the fucking internet. Truth be told, you need to be a fucking mom because you represent your kid. Mm-hmm. And the fact that her kid, like all his classmates have to do is go to a Google search and see his mom's pussy. Think about that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Shame on you for that. Like, yeah. We've just because we've appropriate things doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. Mm-hmm. We appropriate things oftentimes that should not be appropriated.
And I think the thing about it too is like, there is a point where it's like, well, that's not really content for kids, right?
Fuck no.
That there may be a grace period where they may not have no idea, right? They may just be on the kid YouTube and stuff like that. But even when your child does start to explore porn and stuff like that, when they start to get 13, 14, 15 years old, and then they still happen to come across that, it just doesn't make it any better. No. It doesn't make it any better when somebody, you scrolling through freaking Twitter as a 20-year-old and your mom's booty or her ass is all over the internet. There's just not really a time that is that it I guess it's appropriate, I guess. But I think the thing about it too is at the end of the day, we make choices, right? So for that kind of sounds like the I don't know, it kind of reminds me of what movie is that where Jada Pinkett has to sleep with the is that Set It Off, where she got to sleep with the UCLA whatever to get her brother the scholarship money or something. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget what movie that is.
That's the one where August Alsina was in that one, right?
Chill out.
Like, I'm not just gonna sleep with anybody, August.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, that's that kind of thing where it's like, this is what I have to do to make ends meet kind of thing. But with Amber Rose, it's like Amber Rose, she has a certain level of notoriety. I think she was like making music at one time. I think she was doing a little, few cameos in terms of acting and stuff like that. So I don't know. It just seems like a little bit of I think it's a little bit of a cop out, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you really was just genuine, you would be like, yo, this is what I'm going to do to make money.
Right.
Not this is like what I got to do to make ends meet or whatever.
Well,
like,
you know, I had to make money, and it's like you also are you're thrusting children into adult themes when you do that. Like your kid doesn't get a chance to be a kid. Mm-hmm. I think that there's certain things you should alarm your kids to so they understand how the real world works, but at the same time, when it comes to shit like this, it's like you don't have to do sex work. Truth of the matter is you don't have any real talent. The only talent you have is having rapper boyfriends. That's all you really. It's fucked up to say this, but it's the truth. You dated Kanye, now you dated 21, now you dating. You could date whoever you want, but at the same time, this is the lifestyle you lead.
I think that I think I might redact all of that because she came in the game as a stripper,
100%.
you know, and you know, I don't know what else Amber Rose would be doing if she didn't come across Kanye West or you know, all these other rappers. Like she might.
That's the issue, though. A lot of women don't realize it, and it's not even. I don't want to say women because that's not fair to women. But there's a sector of women that play life on easy, right? Mm-hmm. You have big old booty and nice titties, and you look pretty good, and then you start stripping and you become popular. Maybe even Drake shot you out in one of his songs, and you know you start dating rappers, and you don't have any real name or anything you've created. You just became popular for no reason, and your popularity relies on you being half naked or naked. Mm-hmm. And that's all you really got. Like that's all you really got. Mm-hmm. You know, and what's weird too is I heard her say some shit. Like her parenting is a lot of people's parenting is a lack of personal growth within themselves. Mm-hmm. Like she said, yeah, well, you know, when I'm using the restroom, my son will come in and say, "Mommy, are you okay? Do you need tampons or do you need anything like that?" I'm thinking like, why the fuck is your 9-year-old kid trying to like going to get you tampons while you're in the toilet? She's like, I tell him everything. My son is a feminist. It's like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
That's weird.
You should not be introducing children to adult themes like this, man. It's weird.
A man, and I'm 30 years old, like a man doesn't need to know outside of being like having a female for like as a child, mm-hmm. a man doesn't need to know that. Like
Fuck
it
no.
doesn't do anything for their life.
No.
Outside of making sure the girl you're having sex with is not pregnant. But outside of that, like it doesn't do anything for you. Like so, I just don't understand like a 9-year-old needing to know that information. It was a video I had seen where this girl was like sitting on a toilet. And the kid walked in, maybe 4 years old or something like that. And he's like, "Mommy, is it that time of the month again?" Or like something, or like, "Mommy, are you bleeding again?" Something weird like that. And like, there was these like girls and they were like laughing at it. Like it was like funny to them. Like, "Oh, that's weird. So cute." But I'm just like, that's not cute. That's weird stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with y'all, man?
Yeah.
What's wrong with y'all? And this is not strictly towards women. This is the woman that is the topic of discussion. There's a lot of men that expose their kids to adult themes, where if you're a single man with a child and they're like 7 or 8 and you got all these women that you fucking running in and out of your house, now you got your little daughter or son seeing all these women coming in and out of your house, that's just as dysfunctional, mm-hmm. because there's no normalcy in that household. Mm-hmm. It's just like a fucking whorehouse, and you like a pimp. It's some dudes that's literally pimps that's parents. Mm-hmm. It's like, nigga, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. All this shit has to stop. There was I was listening to, I think it was a story. Is it a podcast? I think it was a podcast. And this dude was a Crip. He was a Crip, and his girl was pregnant. And he went up to the hospital, and a rival gang member was in there also. And I think that dude's girl was in there giving birth. Mm-hmm. And they seen each other, looked at each other, walked right by each other. It was no beef. And that day when he was holding his daughter, he said, all this shit has to stop.
I think I remember you told
Yeah.
that story before. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a gang member, but he literally had this new lease on life when he was holding his daughter, and he said that day I took my rag out my back pocket, put it in my pocket, and I just relocated and got out of there. It was about my daughter. It wasn't about the streets no more. That's parenting. So this is the gang banger who was in the streets that at the moment he held his fucking daughter, he knew that he couldn't be doing the fuck shit he was doing.
Yeah.
But think about how many parents that'll be strippers, pimps, players, hoes, whatever, and they had their kid and say, I'm still gonna go hoe. I'm still gonna sell pussy. I'm still gonna be on OnlyFans. I'm still gonna be a player. I'm still gonna have a bunch of women running in and out of my house. I'm still gonna go to the club 2 to 3 times a week, even though I have a kid. These people need to stop having kids because you're just breeding a new generation of dysfunctional children.
Yeah,
it's fucked up, man. It ain't right. You're not even giving the kid a chance to be like productive in the world. It's not fair, man.
No, it's facts. Yeah, I just want kids to be kids, man. Like, I think it's best for kids to just kind of learn things on their own. Obviously, there's certain things that you want to protect them from and make sure they understand that they need to use protection and, you know, the severity of, you know, what can happen if you don't use protection and stuff like that. But, you know, having 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds knowing what, you know, the menstrual cycle is and stuff like that is off to me.
It's too much.
And I also know that if it was on the other end, it would be people would be looked at even worse. You know, it's a thing that women get away with.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's that type of information is looked on a little bit lighter in terms of like adult women and young men, and that happens a lot in society. But if there's not really men don't have anything comparable to a menstrual cycle, but if there's any sort of anatomy or whatever that was exchanged from an adult male to a young
woman,
it would be like
a fucking no-fly zone.
Yeah, canceled automatically.
It'd be some shit like he's like, my penis is erect right now. People be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to keep that same energy. You got to stop thrusting kids into fucking adult themes, man. It's weird.
Sure. Yeah.
It's weird, but we got to start calling out the weirdness everywhere. Right? Like there was even literally not a documentary, but like it was a series. It was of that. Was it Mary Kay Letourneau or whatever? Yeah. And it was almost like they almost try to like frame it in like a love story almost like, but it was an older teacher, female teacher, fucking a teenage boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have, I think, listening to Joe Budden's podcast when the Jeffrey Dahmer thing came out, and I didn't watch it. I thought the only reason I would have watched it is just because it was so popular.
Right.
But nothing inside of me was just like, oh man, this is great cinema.
Right.
I gotta watch this. But when I really started to like listen to their podcast and listen to their takes on it, a lot of it was like, why are we glamorizing a person that murdered, you know, countless people, you know, heinous crimes, you know what I mean? And when I thought about that, I was like, man, that happens a lot though. That happens a lot with, like you said, the Mary Kay Letourneau, that whole Lifetime movie. And I haven't watched it in years, but I do remember as a kid seeing that, like, it was just a love story in a sense.
Weird.
You know? Yeah.
I think we have to do a better job. It's not just on women, man, but we have to do a better job with how we view these things. So it's weird. Like, for example, I seen a scenario. I hear a bunch of women saying, like, body count doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you think it does, you're just a loser and you're insecure, right? And think about this, right? If a man cheated in his last relationship, do you think a woman would consider that pertinent information that she should know?
Yeah.
Right? So she would want to know if you cheated in your last relationship. Mm-hmm. I've never asked a woman how many people she had sex with. I just don't have the interest in asking that question. But it's also pertinent information if you slept with over 100 guys. Mm-hmm. I think that's something important you might want to share.
Yeah, that's 2 football teams.
Yeah, you fucked the whole 53-man roster.
That's Super Bowl 57.
Yeah, so it's like it's pertinent information when you want to know about my past relationships and if I cheated in them.
Yeah.
But it's not pertinent information if you was fucking over 100 guys somewhere.
Yeah.
Like we have a lopsided weird way, right? And there's also double standards that exist with men on women, so I can't make it there. But
the thing about that is like that's like the small sector of people, because there's definitely girls that care about how many girls a guy has slept with, like, you know, in terms of trying to date a person. And then also like women talk, you know, like, oh my gosh, she a hoe, or she messy, or she this, or she
they
that.
do. Women will judge other women for sleeping around. Mm-hmm. They certainly do.
All that like fake feminism, like, you know, all that stuff. That's like, I think what I've realized is some of these narratives are short-lived until you experience it in a specific way, right? You know, so if you dating a certain guy, or, you know, certain women are dating a certain guy, like all that, you know, you could do what you want, and body count doesn't matter, and then you start dating a guy that slept with all of Bakersfield, and then it's like you running into like every woman that he slept with, and then it's like, oh, what happened to everything is okay, and you know, this the whole kumbaya, like, it's
right.
You know,
Here's what makes it worse too. If you know that this if a woman knows a man slept around with a bunch of girls, and then that same dude is fucking the shit out of you, so you know that this dude is fucking the shit out of all these girls.
Yeah.
So now you super insecure, and I think actually it would make sense that you are insecure. Mm-hmm. Because why would you feel secure knowing that this person's fucking all these people? How do you know they're still not fucking them?
Yeah.
If you have a history of doing something, we're creatures of habits, Keith. We don't just like do things and we just stop doing them. Mm-hmm. Usually we're building up habits, and we're building up like characteristics within ourselves when we behave like this.
Yeah.
And it's almost like if you found out, let's say you meet a girl, she's cool, and somehow the conversations of threesomes come up, and she's like, yeah, threesomes are fine. I've done plenty of threesomes. Mm-hmm. And you never know that she did that.
Yeah.
That would make you think differently about your girl if she's been in like 5 threesomes.
Yeah.
You like, God damn, I'm only one man. You was getting fucked by 2 guys?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There was a Bobby Lee and his I guess it was his ex-fiance, whatever. Mm-hmm. She literally said on the podcast, she said, I was in a relationship with 2 guys. We lived together for 7 years, and you know, it was really great. I'm just like, what the fuck?
That's wild.
She was with 2 dudes under the same house for 7 years.
Yeah.
Bro, when you see that, nigga, run.
What type of man do you have to be to like accept that as the other guy? Like the other boyfriend?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Y'all got to be fucking
like,
each
imagine
other.
me and Eddie we got a girlfriend.
Oh, my God. Stop it. Don't
like, hey, Mom, this is our girlfriend.
Oh, my God. Fuck an iPhone. We got a Wii phone.
Imagine the joint Facebook account is like Keith, Eddie, and Stacy or whatever.
Oh, my God. That'd be the biggest joke ever. That's why I don't believe in polyamory. Mm-hmm. But it's like people that got 2 girlfriends or whatever. Like, I don't believe in that shit.
I think to me, like, the way I think about it is like there's societal norms that are just, you know, they're norms. That's just kind of what they are. But I think I try to fit into the mold because there's a certain level of discipline that is required to, you know, live on the straight and narrow.
True.
And that includes like, you know, being a monogamous relationship and stuff like that, or just, you know, not cheating, all these other things. I think that all of that stuff is just kind of what breeds successful people. Cause, you know, I just don't see a world where there's a couple people that are like in these like open relationships, but I think that's just like fraction of a fraction where both sides are okay with it. Cause, you know, we know of situations, or you spoke of situations where, you know, there's like a open relationship in a sense, but it's really the guy can bring another girl into the bedroom. Yeah. And he's okay with it because, you know, he gets to have a threesome, and she's just kind of like probably thinking in the back of her head, like, man, I want to have some other dick around, but they just don't fly. So
yeah, man, people are weird, man. I don't know. Yeah, but there's that. Switching gears. Netflix password sharing. All right, in quote, genuinely considering canceling my subscription. Netflix password sharing clampdown sparks angry response from some users. Netflix is plowing ahead with its platform sharing clampdown despite backlash from users. On Wednesday, the company announced it was expanding its Latin American trial to other 4 countries, Canada, New Zealand, Portugal, and Spain. The new plans include charging account holders up to $6.50 for each additional user. In quote, I'm genuinely considering canceling my subscription, journalist Erin Biba said in a tweet which amassed almost 50,000 likes. The tweet was in response to similar rules about account sharing that were posted on Netflix website February 1st. The company later said the guidelines has been mistakenly shared, but did not say if the plans had been canceled. Although Netflix has been proposing a stricter policy around password sharing for some time, the company told shareholders last month that it planned to start rolling out paid account sharing later this quarter. Netflix first hinted the crackdown in July after it suffered its first subscriber loss in over a decade. Several commentators criticized Netflix in the wake of the password sharing clampdown. And this was somebody said in quote, what am I paying for at this point, Netflix? Old content that I can get elsewhere, original shows I can't really rely on and progress beyond one season, and making access to the service, blah, blah, blah. Somebody just fucking complaining. Here's my thing. Netflix can do what they want to do. It's doing that shit again.
Sound is back, yeah.
Unplug the thing and see if it's doing that.
Unplug what?
The charger on the wall and see if we can still hear that. Nope. I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I just think we hear it too, but I don't know how much other people hear that shit.
Yeah, it's there.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't like it. We like to be clean in here.
Yeah.
Anyways, when it comes to this shit, man, we got to be careful because a lot of us, we subscribe to too much shit.
That's true.
Like, I've got Netflix. I got Hulu. I got Amazon Prime. I got HBO Max. I got all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got cable because supposedly it costs too much. But I got all these goddamn subscriptions.
They add up to, what was you paying for cable?
I don't know. That
remember?
shit was 100 something though.
Yeah.
Too expensive.
I don't think that's adding up to all the subscriptions.
Nah, but see, some of these you get free through other services. My Hulu is free through my Spotify.
I got you.
Yeah, so they got me free Hulu.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, I get that free.
They had a crazy Black Friday deal for Hulu. It was like $2 a month or something.
Oh, wow.
For like a year.
And my Amazon Prime is free through my Amazon Prime.
Yeah, you just pay for the
shipping
Amazon service. Yeah,
and they give me the Amazon. So
yeah.
I kind of worked the way out through that, and then
it's way cheaper, regardless. Because I got, and then if you're in a relationship, you could just bust it down the middle. So I got like I think I pay for Amazon Prime, Peacock.
Pause, bro.
I think I pay for Hulu, and I got the streaming, like music, which is like Tidal. So all that together, it can't be no more than like $35, maybe $40. It's way cheaper than. And then some of you share. Like I might get the HBO from over here, and then like the such and such service over here. So it's way cheaper. But yeah, it ain't 100 and something though.
Yeah, HBO got some bangers on there. I like to see that.
HBO's really good. Yeah,
it's a lot of movies that I don't want to go out and actually watch in the theaters. Like Fast and Furious. That's some shit I'm not watching. Fuck that shit.
If you really had it right, the only thing you might miss out on is like a Stars, because you can't really get Stars. Like I don't know. So if you had Hulu, you gonna get all the Fox stuff, like all the stuff that happens on Fox, and you'll get it like a day later. And then it's Hulu original, so you get a lot of documentaries, and then you get old shows that's just on Hulu because they're whatever, like FX or
Disney Plus.
Fox stuff.
I got rid of Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus is very specialized. Like if you're a real Disney fan, you like the Marvel movies and shows, like you're gonna want to watch Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But Yeah, and then if you got like Paramount, they stepping up their game. Paramount has a lot of like OG movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And then Apple TV, they stepping their game up. And then, you know, if you got Netflix is cool. Netflix is to the point that we're actually talking about. I think Netflix is a tricky situation, you know, and I'm just thinking about it in terms of like if somebody wanted to invest in Netflix as a stock or whatever. The stock is doing pretty good, but the issue with Netflix is that they unload their content too fast.
Yeah.
Like
it came too fast.
Like, yeah, exactly.
On the bus.
They what you call it? Premature ejaculation or whatever. So they like the show You just came out, right? And they just released the first half of the fourth season or whatever.
Yeah.
Like 6 episodes, and it's done till March.
Yeah,
like I just don't understand the business model of just content.
That's what Charlamagne talked about.
Yeah.
He said they just dumped the whole fucking shit there.
Yeah. No, not too many other shows are doing that. Like most other shows, you gotta wait a week, and you're stretching out. So that's 6. That's 6 episodes that I think was on You, right? So that's a month and a half of potential content, which is like 2 months of a subscriber. But if a person just wanted to like binge watch You, and then they're like, man, I don't need this right now, and then they could just cancel their subscription. You know?
Yeah.
So I just don't understand the business model.
I mean, all you got to do is pay attention to Netflix. Netflix is kind of getting a little bit shook right now. They're getting a little bit shook. You know, they're fearing they're losing subscribers. Mm-hmm. But I think that you should never bully people. Mm-hmm. You should just create more dope shit. Don't like tell them you're gonna have to pay for extra subscribers. Whoever was the marketing genius behind, I'm not even marketing, but whoever was the genius that said we're gonna charge you extra money for this, that was dumb. Mm-hmm. You just need to, because when you do that, now you're bullying people. Mm-hmm. You know how much things cost in society. You know how expensive eggs are. Okay.
Yeah.
And you want to tell people we're gonna charge you extra money for adding subscribers? Mm-hmm. Now they like, okay, well, fuck you guys. I'll just go to Hulu full time.
Yeah.
Fine. If I want to watch the shows on Netflix, I'll just go over to my boyfriend's house then. Mm-hmm. That's what people are going to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, don't do that. Don't make people feel bullied.
Yeah.
Just make new dope shit, which Netflix has done a good job of.
Yeah.
They've came up with some great shows. Ozark was fucking great. I love that show.
Ozark was dope. Yeah.
It was a great show. I was telling people about it for a long time. They did not want to listen.
I think the thing that Netflix should do is like, they should have just done it secretly, right? Like why I guess you got to make an announcement because you got shareholders and boards of whatever on the company and all that. But I would have just done like a little, like an algorithm thing where it was like, and I think they already have something similar to that.
Right.
Like if you're signed in to too many people at one time, like it does a certain thing. But
they should have just did it that way. The same way they raised the price.
Yeah.
And they said price going up to this at this time. You're right.
Yeah, I would have just done, I don't know, like an IP address or something like that, and or like a location, and if it's one in LA and then the other one is in Texas, and y'all, yo whatever. But the thing about it too is like it kind of sucks because there are like the college student that moved, they may be from San Diego, but they go to school, they go to Kansas State and Michigan or something like that, and they using their parents' account. And, they can't necessarily afford to be paying for a Netflix account on their own. So they
eat
just
noodles every motherfucking day.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just
eating chicken biscuits.
Yeah. It's just different cases. And, they're already a extremely wealthy company. I think that they should just lean on like building more. It seems like that business model, like, or it's not but it's just a business idea. Some people say, don't save more money, like earn more money. So
great point.
Yeah. So I think that's what they should try to focus on. And I don't know if that's moving the needle in terms of, people wanting to buy their stocks.
Well, I think I personally can say this. The business model that I revere, I guess you could say, it's Costco. They ain't changed the price of them fucking chicken bakes and pizza in a long time. Mm-hmm. and they keep the price down low.
Sam's Club, I think they lowered their price of the hot dog. You know, the little food stand.
Really?
Yeah, I think they lowered their price by like 20 cents or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep. That kind of encourages people to go. Like it's kind of hard to explain or to say, but it almost encourages people to go because they know what they're getting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's kind of like back in the day. I'm not sure if you're. I think you're old enough to remember. Mm-hmm. Do you remember Thrifties back in the day?
What was that?
Thrifty. They had their own ice cream in there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going in there, and you go in there and you see all that ice cream tubs there, and you got sherbet and Rocky Road and all these things, and it was always the same price for years. Mm-hmm. I think that there's still one store that does it. I think it's fucking Rite Aid. I think Rite Aid has Thrifty ice cream inside.
Oh, I think so. I remember if I vaguely remember. I think they used to dunk the cones in the chocolate. Did they used to do that?
I don't know if they did that, but I know that they had scoops. They put it on the cones, and I never eat sherbet anywhere, but they had like orange sherbet. That shit was good as fuck. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Orange sherbet, Rocky Road, vanilla,
yeah,
cookies and cream. That shit was good, man.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah,
go ahead.
They did do that shit. I'm thinking
dunking the thing.
I think they had. Oh my god, who was it? Who did that? You might be thinking of McDonald's.
No, it was another like a one of those kind of ice cream spots.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Who was it? I know they make it go around and they put it upside down in the chocolate, and then the chocolate would get frozen.
Yeah, it would harden.
Yeah. Damn it. Who the fuck? It might have been Thrifty too, possibly. Mm-hmm. Possibly.
Yeah.
I used to always be amazed every time I see them flip it upside down. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, how are they doing that?
Like science, huh?
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Look, Mom, look what they're doing.
Yeah. But I just don't understand, like, I don't know. I don't have no $1 billion business yet, but when I'm thinking about Netflix, I just don't understand. At a certain point, you have to like move like your competitors. Yeah. Like it's just like the NFL, right? You got the NFL is a passing league now, and you can't come into the NFL as an NFL head coach in 2023 thinking that you're gonna run the ball 80% of the time and just throw it, a couple times off the play action. Like you gotta sling the ball, or you're gonna get ran out of the building. So for Netflix to come into this thing. And they don't really have, like, most people know that IP is the money maker, right? Yeah. Like people, like Black Panther comes out, right? And they know along with Black Panther, they're going to sell some toys. They're going to have all the whole row of toys filled up at Walmart and Target and stuff like that. And then they're going to have like the collaborations, like they have like a Cheez-Its Black Panther thing. And then they're going to have like the McDonald's meal. And then they might have, some clothes that they selling at Target and Walmart and all these things that go along with it. But Netflix, on the other hand, they don't really have any intellectual property. No, they have like movies that they just drop every so often. Like the latest one that was going pretty crazy is like the You People thing. But there's no like IP attached to it. Like people aren't buying like You People shirts, and they're not buying like shirts with the sayings or toys of Jonah Hill or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't see, as a person that is like very interested in the business of making film and TV, I just don't see like what their plan is. They don't have any physical items that they sell, and they don't have any intellectual property. So
I think they could expand it by taking shots at different content. Mm-hmm. Personally, I really genuinely believe that Netflix needs to start a podcasting platform. Mm-hmm. I think that Netflix needs to have podcasting as a literal option.
They kind of did it with You People. Not literally, but at the kind of
at the very beginning
sample
but
size.
They need to do it because you look at what has happened for Spotify. Spotify's a music platform. Look at all these podcasts that took off from there.
Yeah, they got a lot of podcasts.
You know what I'm saying? So podcasts are going everywhere, and I think that this is a good time for Netflix. Hi, Netflix. It's a good time for Netflix to say, hey, let's try this podcast out. Let's see what these guys are doing. Can you imagine seeing you get a deal with Joe Rogan? That like if you could snag Joe Rogan, which I mean he's got an exclusive deal with Spotify right now, so I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. But there's other podcasters that have huge platforms that can go to Netflix.
You would need if they really wanted to change the game, you would give who's like I don't know if there's anybody out there like that. Like that's a podcaster and into streamer. Like no, not that, but I'm saying like that makes films and is like also like podcasting. Is there anybody out there that you could think of
that does that? That makes films or is in them or what? In
any capacity, like whether
fucking Andrew Schultz. He's in White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah,
he's in You People. Like this guy is, and he's in another movie. He's like in 3. He's another one coming up too with Snoop Dogg. I think it's called Benchwarmers or something like that. This guy is he's doing both. So
so a guy like that, I don't know how well he is in terms of like developing content as far as like production or screenwriting or whatever. But a guy like Andrew Schultz, right? You give that guy, like I want to say like a 360 deal, not in terms of like the music, like a bad way, but a 360 deal in terms of like, yo, this is your world. Like you could play in it, right? Like you could stream your podcast exclusively here. You get 10, 15, $20 million a year to make a film. And then you also get, $2-3 million an episode to have your own TV show or produce a TV show. And then that's like, how they're giving like Issa Rae X amount of dollars, Childish Gambino like 80 million to be on Amazon exclusively. Like that's like that type of deal, but you got so much more content that comes from.
He hasn't built that type of acclaim yet, so he can't do it. Yeah, but he does. His name is it's making its rounds. He already had the special. He had his Infamous is not on Netflix, but it can be.
Yeah, it's not too late. It could be on.
It can be, but the other shit was on there too. The like the news thing he was doing.
Yeah, I think that maybe. Ooh, Andrew. You got to give a guy. You could do it with Andrew Schultz because he's a comedian. He's a podcaster. He's tinkering with like I texted you the other day. Like him and Charlemagne. They're thinking about doing like some sort of not TV show, but a movie, like a comedy. So maybe producing and then acting, and then podcast. I don't know if I said podcasting already, but like you got like 6-7 different things that he can do. And in the late, I don't know, that show is more like a talk show in a sense, like a talk show type of vibe. So he could really be on there and have like the Andrew Schultz channel, and just like crazy content out the wazoo. So
yeah, I know that'd be dope.
Yeah,
Netflix, you better find a way to rebrand yourself, or your shit's gonna be done.
Yeah,
better figure it out. Don't be like Toys R Us.
Netflix, the last straws when they start doing pornos.
Oh yeah,
have like freaking.
But they shit gonna take off. They do that.
The Pornhub section on there. You got to put in like a password to get into that content.
It'd be Black History Month porn too.
Stupid.
That'd be crazy. I wonder what would have happened if you go to like Pornhub, you put in Black History Month. Nothing but just big black asses all over the screen. All right.
That's crazy.
Switching gears, Michael Irvin. Recently, Michael Irvin. Hold on one second. Here we go. Recently, Michael Irvin, ex-Cowboy for Dallas Cowboys. Michael Irvin files a $100 million lawsuit, sues misconduct accuser at the Renaissance Hotel. Filed a scathing $100 million lawsuit against the woman who accused the NFL legend of misconduct, alleging he's being railroaded with false accusations that are ruining his career. The lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports was filed Thursday afternoon. after Irvin says the hotel where he was staying concocted a plan to turn him into the next victim of cancel culture over something he says never happened. Rash and thoughtless actions can have severe consequences. Marriott, parent company of Renaissance Hotels, apparently did not appreciate these simple truths when, in a rush to judgment, its employees and management inaccurately and inflammatorily accused Mr. Irvin of misconduct to the National Football League. The lawsuit reads, "This is wild. How do you report somebody to the NFL? How do you have these connections?"
That is crazy.
Anyways, according to the lawsuit, witnesses in the above photo backed Irvin's initial claim that he casually exchanged pleasantries with the employee, Jane Doe, shook her hand, and went to his room alone. However, once Irvin and his team became aware of the allegations, they say they attempted to provide witness accounts to the hotel in effort to rectify any misunderstanding. But they say the Renaissance refused to listen. In fact, the lawsuit accuses the hotel manager of reporting the alleged incident to the NFL with the intention of damaging that relationship and canceling Irvin. Levi McAfee, Michael's attorney, says his client's reputation has not only been damaged, but he's also lost out on money, canceling appearances as a result of false allegations. Irvin is seeking an excess of $100 million. Yep. Of course, 56-year-old Irvin was yanked from the NFL Network Super Bowl coverage after the hotel employee complained about Michael's alleged behavior during a brief interaction Sunday night. Here's my issue.
So basically, he shook somebody's hand, walked to his room, and then they made this whole story.
Yep. Here's my problem with this whole thing. My problem with this whole thing is this: the reason why this is happening and you're seeing some men get railroaded by this is not because it's always a Me Too situation. I think that a extreme underreaction to women's issues, such as women being harassed, women being assaulted, women being catcalled, women being disrespected for so many years, and the amount of time that we ignored these women, right? Whether it's in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and all those years that women got ignored and mistreated, right? Now the flip side of that is a fucking overreaction. You got dudes that could shake a hand or just mind their business. All a woman got to do is say anything and you will lose your fucking job. You will lose your job, and they won't think twice, because all of these big corporations or conglomerates, they will do anything to keep their nose clean. And they're keeping you off of their network for liability purposes. They could believe that you're completely innocent, but it doesn't matter. They don't even want to take a risk by having you on their network if you have an allegation tied to you. Mm-hmm. So you're guilty before you've done anything. Mm-hmm. I think that's so fucking wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong, 100%. Mm-hmm. However, what I'm saying is also very true. I think that a massive underreaction for all these years has caused this to happen. Mm-hmm. It's no different than the issue with the police. All them years of police falsely arresting, pulling over, shooting unarmed black people. Now, if regardless of what happens, it could be something small where I think the officer was being racist or something like that. There's an overreaction, not an overreaction, but there is a swift reaction to a lot of these things now. Mm-hmm. Not only because it's being recorded, but so many years of ignoring something like this, you are forced to react to it now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There are situations where me and Keith, like, we don't overreact to a situation where there's like a white police officer and a black victim, or not even a black victim. We have to like sit back and watch, because remember that dude we talked about, the dude with no legs that had that big ass knife? Mm-hmm. We mentioned like everybody's not worth marching for. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that people take the time to look at the nuance of these situations. Mm-hmm. Like with Michael Irvin, no one's looking for nuance. They just want to cancel him. Mm-hmm. They want to cancel him and say that he did something he didn't do. And my thing is I can't even really come into his defense, but he had witnesses there. Yeah. But even the witnesses were not legitimate enough for him to get his spot back to do NFL coverage.
Yeah. That's the thing that sucks for me. Like, you lose out on, being a part of the Super Bowl. He probably at home watching somewhere because somebody, made these false allegations against him. That's the thing. Like, it kind of sucks, like, because the 49ers, it was one of the players, I think one of the defensive linemen, they had a domestic violence situation before the NFC Championship. Do you remember?
Yeah, Charles Amenahu.
Yeah, so but they let him play, and you just kind of let the situation play out. But a lot of times, due to the companies trying not to, trying to uphold some standard or some employee quality control, whatever the case may be, they're like jumping the gun on a lot of these situations, and it's just unfortunate. Like, and I think some of these things are like. They're like they're very much influenced by social media, and I think that's the unfortunate part of like what how a lot of these huge corporations and businesses are moving. I would much rather like these things take their course outside of social media,
right?
Like as far as with the network or whoever was going to allow him to cover the Super Bowl, to do their own independent research or maybe interview Michael Irvin and then do like a expedited thing and, make a decision then versus like going based off of like some he say, she say stuff, especially with events like this, the Super Bowl. He won't get another opportunity to do the Super Bowl until next year.
Nope.
And who knows what life looks like then. He's a 56-year-old man. Like, he's not old by any means, but at the same time, he ain't no spring chicken. So yeah, it just sucks, man. And it happens to, far too many people. And I understand like some of these things are real. There are the Harvey Weinsteins of the world and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, I think we just got to let these situations play out and stop jumping to the gun. Same thing with the whole Tory and Meg situation. Everybody had their opinion about the situation. And then when the verdict came out, everybody had to eat crow. So I just think like, let these situations play out. If Michael Irvin just so happened to do the Super Bowl, and then afterwards, something happened to where he ended up, getting sued or getting arrested or ended up going to jail, then so be it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just let things take their course.
Like this whole Deshaun Watson shit going on. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to defend him, but imagine if this massive story came out and all these truths started coming out. Mm-hmm. These bombshells start dropping. And everybody that wanted to cancel him kind of had to eat crow later on. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying, what if? Mm-hmm. What if there's a whole story we don't know about? That's why I don't jump out the window and be like, this person did this and this person's guilty of this. I can't do that right now. Because then you look so dumb when you went out in the public and made these statements about somebody else and then it comes back that they didn't even do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not okay, man. Mm-hmm. So whoever's trying to fuck over Michael Irvin, man, I hope he wins the lawsuit.
Yeah, some good money right there.
Yeah, if especially if he's done nothing wrong, there's no wrongdoing that they can't prove, because they ruined his reputation, man.
Yeah,
nobody's gonna hire him because NFL Network's not gonna bring him back on there.
Yeah, hopefully when the facts come out. Did you see that Jay-Z had won like $750 million from Bacardi or something like that?
Well, he did because he actually, it's not that he won. I think he had them investigated he had them, what do you call that? He checked the accounting.
Mm-hmm. He filed a lawsuit though.
He filed a lawsuit, but I think that in order for them, because I listened to a podcast, they were talking about that too. Mm-hmm. They said probably a way for them to avoid that lawsuit was come up off that fucking money.
Yeah, that's good money, man.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
$750?
$750. Sheesh.
Shit.
Yeah. And he already a billionaire. That just
Jay-Z was
up
like,
the ante.
If you don't want no more problems, you're going to have to pay me my money. And it's like, Mr. J, just hear me out. Yeah. I don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing.
That's the crazy part. Like, I think it was Russ that was saying, like, man, sometimes you gotta audit these companies because he talking about music, but I could only imagine like, being part owner and the other side handling the accounting and you just or the accounting and you just kind of reaping the benefits of investing in the company early on. And then you look at the finances and you're like, yo, like where's my
because if you got a financial advisor that's literally writing up a whole spreadsheet and everything, they're entering these they're entering all of these things into the accounting.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, a fee for laundry, fee for this, fee for whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with it is they're creating these fees for things and they're inflating the prices of these things and they're cutting off a percentage of all this. So by the end of the year, they probably getting like $130,000 to $275,000 extra dollars from skimping you. But because you don't have the knowledge to read your accounting or check your accounting yourself, that's a problem. Personally, if I had $100 million tomorrow, I would not be looking for somebody to help me manage it. I'm sorry.
I think that's tough because there's so many stories about people getting like Usain Bolt. His money was in a savings account or something like that, and it just completely wiped out, leaving him with a few $1,000s or something. The Fat Joes of the world not getting his taxes paid, and all these situations. I think that I don't know. It's a tough situation. I do know that whether you got a person managing your accounts or a person that's or you managing it yourself, the biggest thing that you want to do is make sure you know what's going on.
Fuck yeah.
I think Kevin Hart was talking about it when I think he had hired a new accountant or something to manage his money, and the person was so forthcoming with all the information that he was like, he was like, I think he was saying hey, you want to check this or something like that, and Kevin Hart was like, no, you good, I trust you, and he was like, no, look at this.
Yeah, right.
I remember he said something like that in one of his interviews, but I think in anything, I know people are not on that level, but just middle class people, they say every Sunday I go over the accounting with the wife, making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
What I would do and what I would honestly do, especially when I come across a gang of money, the person I would hire as my full-time accountant is my aunt. Mm-hmm. And here's why. She's known me my whole life. She's never tried to take anything and take advantage of me in any way. She's good with her own finances, and I would be like, hey, this is your salary here. And she would see everything coming in or out, and she would push back on me. She'd be like, hey, you know that there's a $175,000 charge on here? Oh, I just got a car. I'd be like, well, Eddie, you sure you might want to take that back? Because you ain't had $175,000 hit for about 7 months. So you might want to take that car back. She would push back on me if I wanted it. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah. So I think that you want somebody in that you have continuity with.
Yeah.
Kind of like this podcast with you. I've known you for so long that we just do it, and we're just having a conversation. Well, we've built up so many years of continuity and respect for one another that we could trust each other to show up and whatnot. But the issue with athletes and these people is they're relying on strangers. It doesn't matter if you have a background in finances. You're a fucking stranger to me, dude. I don't know you. Yeah. You can tell me all these sweet nothings in my ear about what you want to do for me financially. Yeah. But you're going to smile in my face anyways because I got bread. Yeah. That's all it is. It's no different. Go ahead.
I would be curious to know, from the guys, the ones that's really out here, the Jay-Z's, the Kevin Harts, the Dwayne Johnsons of the world, what advice or what goes into their hiring process for people managing their money, and what do they do what are they checks and balances? Are they making sure they're reviewing things every month or something like that, or I don't know. It's just interesting to see. It's crazy too because that's probably single-handedly the reason why the Joe Budden podcast broke up. It was all, I think there was some personal issues in there, but it was all just, it was a money thing, where is this money going? We should be having this much money. We are owed this much money, and, we don't think we got it. So I don't know. I think it's just important to be on your P's and Q's. I know even for me now, with my personal or my business bank account, which is pretty much my personal bank account, I pretty much monitor every transaction. So it's not many days that go by where I don't know the exact number. I have a thing set up to where it sends me a notification of the number of the amount in my account because sometimes you can go like 2 weeks without knowing the how much money you got in your account.
Yeah, you got to check my shit every day.
Yeah, and then it's a huge transaction or a huge, it might be an insurance hit or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And you like, dang, dog, like, I didn't know this was coming out. Then you down to like your last $50 or something. So
yeah, it's not a good feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's why for me, I just, I don't know, man. You have to check on this stuff all the time. You'll be. You can't be making ill-advised purchases. There are times, literally just the other day, I swear to God, no lie, my broom at the house, it fucking snapped, right? So I was sweeping some shit up. I was like, God damn it. So I was like, me get another broom. I went to the store. I went to, I forgot where it was, Vaughn's or something. Man, I went to get a broom, man. That shit was $23.
God damn.
I put that shit back.
I just swept the house with that broken broom?
No, I was about to do that. Mm-hmm. I swear, bro. What I ended up doing was going to, I went to the Dollar Tree. Mm-hmm. I said, it's got to be a broom in this motherfucker. So I get there to Dollar Tree, and they got the broom part at the bottom, but they ain't got the stick.
It's separate?
Yeah, the stick was separate. So they ain't got no sticks to go with the goddamn broom. So you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I bought a mop. Right? But then I unscrewed the bottom part off and put the fucking broom on there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it only cost me a couple $. Yeah. And I rather, and even though I had the money, I'm just like, I'm not fucking buying a $23 broom.
That's the way I look at stuff now. Like, I look at stuff now, like, I would literally say, like, yo, I'm not spending my money on that. Like,
no,
I was talking to my girl, and I was like, I'll say something that I want, like just in conversation, like, yo, I want some new J's or something like that. And then she'd be like, well, why don't you buy them? I'm like, because I'm not spending my money on that.
No.
And she'd be like, well, I like to treat myself. I think you should treat yourself. And I'm like, I'm good. Like, I've had a run of buying all the shoes.
I remember that shit.
It's just conversation. It's not me like really saying like I'm literally going to buy these things. But, if I was, if we got a huge Netflix deal or something like that for the whole podcasting thing, like, and we got a crazy check, I might splurge a little bit, like go buy, some clothes or something like that just to, make the podcast look more presentable. But at the same time, it's like, you buy, that you just want to be mindful of, you just want to be like conscious of your purchases, and it can easily get out of hand. Just like he was saying, with your aunt and the way she might be, the hypothetical situation where she managing your money, you spend $175,000 on a car or something like that, and you ain't really had no money flowing in X amount of months. Because, we've all been in situations where like, like, dang, we go get some shoes, some T-shirts and some pants, and we only got $500 in our account, and we done spent $300.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's just like, why?
It's compulsion. Like, it's just a compulsive buy.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be doing that. That's like, you have to be a better manager of your money, because ultimately, and I'm not no financial whiz by any means, but you know how much shit I don't buy that I think about, and I'm like, I don't need that.
Yeah. I know you be saying like you'll keep something in your Amazon thing for a couple of days and then double back and see if you really needed it.
I think that's a good tip. I think I kind of created like a good tip for people. If you really want to know if you need something, then just put it on your cart, right? Put it on your cart on Amazon and leave it there for a few days. And you'll see how much you don't fucking need it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the habits that I got like is like I have a credit card and I'm trying to pay it down right now because my utilization rate is pretty high. But sometimes we have a habit of like, oh, I know I'm getting money next week. I know I'm gonna get like $500, $600, whatever the case may be. But you like, I technically got it now because I got it on my credit card. But when when I get the money, I'll just pay it off. Yeah. But when you get the money, you don't pay it off because you like, man, you spend it on something else. So you just put it in your savings account and then it just sit there.
That's how debt collects, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, it's better to just spend the money when you actually have it. Like,
Yeah. Me, I don't like spending certain money until I get more money. Like, it doesn't matter, you know. First of all, nobody is rich, and none of our jobs are getting us rich. Even if you make decent money, you still have to be mindful. So it's like, let's say I've got $3,700 in my savings, right? And something's gonna cost me like $1,200, but I don't get paid for another 2 weeks. I don't want to spend $1,200 on that item because I technically don't have enough money. I don't feel like I need to go into my personal savings, take out $1,200, get that, and then wait to get paid. What if I have other expenses pop up? I'd rather wait till you get the other money to fucking do that shit. That's just me. Motherfuckers be buying rims and shit, tires.
Yeah,
it's like fuck that. That ain't even. No,
yeah. It's just a bad habits, man. And I see it. I think, and I'm only speaking from experience. So if I'm ever saying anything to anybody about, you know, what they should do with their money, it's like, because I've done, you know, had a few $1,000s and I done spent it on something that I thought was like a good investment and it wasn't. And then, you know, all of a sudden you like, dang, nigga, where did all this money go? And then you just start looking back at your transactions. You're like, dang, I spent that on that and that on that. And yeah, you just want, at the end of the day, you want more coming in than going out. That's the biggest
big
thing.
Facts. You want to stick it in more and then pull it out later.
Yeah, like ASAP Rocky.
Yep. Man, this nigga ASAP got her pregnant quick.
He double back.
Man,
no time.
Soon as she had the baby, that nigga was on the pussy. Jesus Christ. Man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out to them though, man. Rihanna is pregnant.
Yeah.
She's trying to hide it too with the little red suit on or whatever she had on. Yeah. All right. Let's wrap it up after this. Switching gears. Brett Favre. Brett Favre is suing Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharpe. All right. Brett Favre suing Shannon Sharpe, Pat McAfee, claiming defamation over Mississippi welfare scandal, per report. Longtime NFL star Brett Favre has been accused of extensive wrongdoing by the Mississippi Department of Human Resources. Now the quarterback is accusing two fellow former NFL players of defaming him in relation to the alleged misdeeds. You did steal it, you fucking asshole. 3 months after the State Department sued Favre for alleged role in misspending welfare money, the Hall of Famer has filed defamation lawsuits against Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharpe. The suits filed Thursday alleged that McAfee and Sharpe used their media to further false accusations and implications regarding Favre, who has denied that he deliberately used money designated for Mississippi's poor population for his own purposes. McAfee hosts the Pat McAfee show, while Sharpe co-hosts a Fox Sports 1 talk show. Favre's lawsuit also accuses Shad White, Mississippi State Auditor, of defamations. This motherfucker suing everybody. All three of Favre's targets used their platforms to ruin the quarterback's good name, end quote. The suit reportedly argues White has previously alleged that Favre requested the Mississippi Department of Human Resources allocate money from its welfare fund to construct a new indoor practice facility for the University of Southern Mississippi football team. White has also accused Favre of desiring to use welfare money for a volleyball arena at the university where his daughter Braley was playing. Okay, here's my issue ultimately. Brett Favre, you fucking piece of shit, okay? In the poorest state in the United States, your sorry ass went and stole money from poor people, and now your whack-ass, garbage-ass representation wants to go after people who just were putting out the news. If you didn't steal money from poor people, you wouldn't have to be... the defamation is on your hands, buddy. You're defaming your own character by going so low to take money from the poorest state in the United States.
Yeah.
Did you know that like over 80%, almost 90% of people in that state that apply for government aid get nothing? Did you know that? They get nothing. These are poor people. So you have to be the bottom of the bottom to qualify. And Brett Favre stole that money.
Well, even in like California, you know, you got to be like dang near homeless to really get any sort of like welfare or food stamps. That's just the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, man, I mean, you're a millionaire. And see, you know, the funny thing too is this is what I've noticed. There are a lot of things that exist on the left and the right. But on the right, you hear a lot of people on the right say, these people living off the government, they need to get jobs, they need to do this, they need to do that. So the same people with that ideology, right, will steal from those same poor people that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Think about how lopsided that is.
Yeah.
The fact that you're so high on the hog that you will sit up there and say, oh, these people just stealing money, they're lazy. I bet you his rationale or his rationalization of this situation was, well, they're fucking losers anyway. I'm going to tell you, I might as well use the money for something good. Mm-hmm. These sorry motherfuckers just want to steal. And it's like, first of all, every person on welfare or government assistance is not a bum and they're not stealing. You want to know why I know that? Because I grew up on it. Mm-hmm. I'm not some bum ass motherfucker. I'm a hardworking blue collar guy. Mm-hmm. Okay? I work hard for my money. I'm not stealing from nobody. I'm not hurting nobody. But I grew up on food stamps. Mm-hmm. And there was times if I didn't have food stamps, I'm blessed that I had them when I was a kid because it fed me. Mm-hmm. But a motherfucker like Brett Favre was taking money out of a kid like me's mouth. I have a fucking problem with that.
Yeah.
I have a serious problem with that. And the fact that he would go as low as to go after Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee for only reporting what your sorry ass did. How dare you, man? How fucking dare you?
Yeah. I think this is like a Hail Mary attempt to save face. Like, I just don't understand.
Trying to recoup that money he stole.
Yeah. I don't understand the logic behind like suing somebody for reporting like another news. Like, you know, this was a huge story, and it wasn't only Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee. I mean, you know, Skip Bayless was, you know, also saying things about his Brett Favre and how he kind of fell out of the graces of, you know, fans in the NFL when he started doing, you know, certain things in the NFL while he was playing on the tail end of his career. So I don't understand like why those two people specifically, but maybe they're just like the loudest voices or something. I don't know. But at the end of the day, like what's done is done. I think, you know, what would be better for Brett Favre is to just clean up his act, like just come forth and just be honest. I think that a lot of times honesty gets you so much further than trying to cover up like the lie for the rest of your life. Like for Brett Favre, if Brett Favre goes on and on and on, he ends up passing away. And, you know, you know how it is when people pass away, like, you know, Brett Favre, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, just passed away. And then there's always like this stain or this asterisk next to like these type of people, right, because they were doing like illegal things or they got away with, you know, certain things that in their career that they just never really, I guess there's no justice for, right? But I think that the people that really come out and just keep it real, like if I was Brett Favre, like, yeah, like, you know, I wanted to get my daughter a new facility. I wanted to get, you know, more facilities at Southern Mississippi, and I was using the welfare money. And now that I understand, I've talked to the people in the community, and I understand that was wrong, and I'll never do it again. Then you open up a foundation, you know, the Brett Favre Foundation, where you give back to the community.
Right.
But he's the type of nigga that'll just keep going on with the lie.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He made a lot of money in his NFL career.
Yeah.
But he looks so he frowns down on people so much while being lower than them. And all these politicians were in trouble for this shit. Nancy New, which was one of them, she's doing legitimate time for her role she played, right?
Thing with Brett Favre.
What's crazy is there's a thing that I seen, and it talked about, like, he said, now which organization is this, the NBA or NFL? And it started naming down all these charges, right?
Oh, I seen that. I didn't finish watching the video, but I seen that.
Yeah, it says, failure to do this, arrest, DUI, a physical assault, all these things. It named all these lists, and he says, "Is it NFL or NBA?" And somebody was like, "NFL," and he's like, "It's neither. This is like the United States Congress or some shit like that."
Oh damn!
And I was like, "God damn,
that's wild."
It was some type of political. All of them had political affiliations. I won't say it was Congress.
Yeah.
But all of them had political affiliations. So these are politicians that don't know how to conduct themselves.
Yeah.
Right? And it just proves that these people are in cahoots with people like Brett Favre.
Yeah.
And they can influence things. And our government is influenced by so much shit.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too is at the game, this is how you know rich people don't give a fuck about nothing. They don't really have real like affiliations with all this stuff. Like Rupert Murdoch, who I believe who's the head honcho at Fox, right? He was sitting next to Elon Musk and somebody else. I don't even think they gave a fuck about the game. They probably didn't give a fuck. They just knew it was a massive event. They probably used it as a time to have a business meeting. These guys, some of these people don't give a fuck at all.
I don't know if Elon Musk likes basketball or football, but
yeah, he was there.
He could afford the seats, though.
Yeah, he could afford them. Or wait, this is what you got to understand, Keith. When you're that rich, you pay for nothing.
Yeah.
You think they made LeBron pay for the motherfucking seats in there?
I don't know,
Yeah,
but it's a lot of celebrities, so somebody got to pay.
Yeah, but
those are very expensive seats.
Yeah, they're very expensive, but you know they probably paid or they probably didn't. A lot of those, you got to understand. A lot of these people that come to these games, a lot of this shit is invites, and a lot of these, like a lot of artists and shit will tell you like you just get free shit for free. They just invite you. You hardly pay for anything when you're a celebrity.
But what's the name was talking about Parks on the Joe Budden podcast. He was talking about the Grammys, right? And he was talking about how when you the top 1% artists, you know, like the Ariana Grandes and the Beyoncés and the Adeles and stuff, you get catered, you know, a certain way. Like everybody in there is Grammy nominated, but if you the fifth person on the best R&B albums list, you're not getting treated like Beyonce or Adele. No. So basically what Parks was saying, he was like, I bought my tickets. Like you get nominated, but you buy your tickets to the thing. So, you know, to what you're saying, it might be, I think they might give out a handful of free tickets, but some of them people is paying for them tickets.
I don't think Brian and his wife paying. Ain't no way.
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't got too much more to say about this, man. Yeah. It's getting late. Me and Keith ate a lot of food, man, and we had to come back in here, man. Originally, we done some content prior to doing this.
Yeah. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if that was plugged up during the first interview.
No way.
So I got to check and see if
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I got to see. Because I don't even know. Yeah.
That's not good, man.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's just borderline careless, Keith. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
All we got is audio. So, but yeah. Either way, it looks like we made it to the end of this, man. We appreciate you guys. If there was any lagging here, it was probably because me and Keith are in a food coma while trying to also create content. So we apologize for that. But like I said, if you made it to the end of this podcast, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Things.
Right here.
Peace.